I don't want to wait till Sunday for this meal, that's for sure.
Absolutely not.
Today's Tasty Takeout, we have Delicia.
Andy Herron here hanging out with us. Andy, my man, you brought all the goodness.
I brought a little something for you guys.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I mean, talk about flavors exploding. We're going to get to those in a second. How would you describe the vibe of your food?
Definitely modern. There's definitely a lot of modern techniques that go into it, but we like to have a lot of fun at Delicia. You know, kind of just throwing off the reins and having a good time with it. So,
How did you get started in this, Andy? What led you to say, I'm going to make food for people?
Well, as growing up, I cooked a lot with my grandmother, you know, that classical story of, you know, like, oh, I helped my mom and my grandmother in the kitchen, you know, my dad burning things, you know, and I just ended up, you know, gravitating towards that. I went for acting for a little bit, you know, took some theater school, and then I realized I was like, nah, that's too competitive. I'll stick with cooking for now, so.
I love it so much, and you know what? Talking about competitive, I mean, my goodness, you have all these different kinds of cuisines competing with each other to have the perfect mix. What kind of cuisine are you all known for?
So we're known as New Latin Cuisine. That essentially entails using classical Latin flavors. We mix the Caribbean, the Americas, Mexico, kind of all together, Spain. But we like to throw our own twist on things. So I have a little bit of French and Italian-inspired cooking background. So I like to throw some of my pasta techniques in there, or I'll throw, you know, we have a beautiful braised short rib, Indiana braised short rib. It's braised in red wine. Lots of classical French technique in there, but we like to throw a little bit of Latin flair as well.
Let's get into this. Let's start with the short rib, because my eyes have been on this short rib. Tell us a little bit about what's in this.
So we source our short ribs from DeWitt Bros out of Hobstead, Indiana. Okay. It's braised for 12 to 14 hours, and lots of red wine, lots of garlic, veggie, or mirepoix, so a lot of aromatics, a lot of getting that flavor in there. And then we take all that braising liquid, we reduce it down, mount it with butter, and just glaze the short rib with it. So.
That sounds like a good time. What about that dish?
So this is our Trinidadian shrimp curry. So it's not your typical curry. In fact, it's a little bit of my pasta background as well. So we take root vegetables, we spiralize those, you know, take the zoodle machine, and we cook that with a little bit of veggie stock, shiitake mushrooms, and chickpeas, and then we make a Trinidadian curry base, so heavy on the coriander, cumin.
That sounds amazing.
We mellow it out with a little bit of coconut milk, so that way it's appealing to everyone. And then we just throw some roasted veggies on top, and on top there's a little bit of coconut gremolata, toasted coconut, chilies. And
then real quick, these two?
We got a little bit of house-made guacamole. This is definitely our #1 seller at the restaurant as far as appetizers go. That and besides the queso fundido. And then the one up front, those are 2 different types of sopes. We offer cochinita pibil, so it's kind of like a Mexican pulled pork, lots of spices and citrus in there.
Sir, this braised short rib,
good.
OMG, of course, we have all the info that you need on allindiana.tv. Also, you can scan that QR code. We will be right back. I don't want to eat. I want some of that. We'll be right back.